Okay, ESS students, we are now going to look at how we are going to perform this beautiful experiment with irradiated radish seeds. So the question that we're looking at, or well, one rough idea for this question is how plants' ability to germinate and grow depends on exposure to ionizing radiation. So to do this, we want to plant seeds, and you can buy seeds that have different amount of radiation exposure. So for example, you can buy these. Oh, these are all controlled. Oh no, look, they're not actually. Okay, but anyway, you buy these from a company. Apparently, it's a U.S. company, and then they ship it to Sweden. I don't know. They have some kind of, I don't know, radiation oven or whatever that they put these in. So they sell you radish seeds that have not been exposed to anything, and here are some that are exposed to 500 of those, corresponding to 500 sieverts of radiation. Okay, so the idea is to plant these different seeds and see what happens to the plants that come out. To do this, well, of course, we need some of these, some pots. Of course, you also need soil. So in this experiment, we would have done something like this. We would have put soil in these guys, and we want to put equal amounts of soil in every pot, of course. So put soil. It's already kind of wet, this soil, but whatever. Get some discarded soil from someone else. So some soil here. We try to maybe put it so it's like 1 centimeter from the top. And we fill the second one. And we would have one pot for each dose of radiation, would be the idea. Okay, and then we will plant the seeds in these pots. I need to wipe my hands. So let's say, here's the control, 0 sieverts. We would get about 5 seeds out of here, and we'd plant these in the soil, and I would put them in so that they all have equal amounts of kind of surface or area or volume to grow in. So put them in the corners and 1 in the center. So all 4 corners and 1 in the center, so that's 5 in that pot. We can put them down maybe 1 centimeter from the top. And then we mark this one, so it says this is 5 seeds in and the specific dose of radiation. Okay, and then we will take the second dose here, 500 sieverts, and we get 5 seeds from that. And we again make 4, 5 holes in here and put the seeds down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And cover them up a little bit. And then we want to, of course, give them water. And, oh, well, before I do that, we have 5 doses of radiation. 1 would be the ones without any radiation at all. That's the control group. Then we have 1 group with 500 sieverts of radiation. A third group with 1500 sieverts of radiation. A fourth group with 5000 sieverts of radiation. And the last one is 40,000 sieverts of radiation. We'll write those things down, but you can get them from this video. So 5 different doses. And then let's imagine that I've planted all 5, and then we would want to, of course, add some water. So we can get a little cylinder to get the volume correct, because we want to give equal amounts of water to each. And we would put maybe 10 milliliter in each of these twice a week. Okay, so now we've used the same soil. That's important. We water them the same amount. We put the same amount of seeds in each. We give them the same amount of the volume of soil. Next thing is, of course, control temperature and light. And we can put these in, for example, underneath one of these we have those lamps here. We can imagine that we put all of our pots underneath these so that they're exposed to the same thing. And then we can actually even shuffle them around in there, so make sure that they don't have different microclimates of light. So, and we could also make it so that we have not only 5 individual pots, so one with each, 5 seeds each. Instead, we could have and 1 pot for each dose of radiation. But we would have also repeated this experiment 5 times. So basically, we would have split you all into 5 groups, and within each group, there would be you would each have 1 pot with 5 seeds with the same radiation dose. So in total, then that would mean that we have 25 seeds exposed to 0 radiation, and 25 seeds exposed to 500 sieverts, 25 seeds to 1500, 25 seeds exposed to 5,000 sieverts, and 25 seeds exposed to 40,000 sieverts. So each group would have 1 pot for each radiation dose, 5 seeds in each pot, and then 5 groups repeating that same experiment. So there's a lot of 5s here, but 5 pots in each group. Each pot has 5 seeds of 1 dose of radiation. Then we have 5 groups repeating this exact experiment. So in total, 5 pots for each radiation dose, and within each pot 5 seeds, so total 25. And since there are 5 different doses, then it's going to be 5 times 25, so the total amount of seeds used is 125. I'm going to, of course, write this down later as well. And then imagine that we let them sit here for about 2 weeks to grow, and then we're going to harvest those bad boys and see what happened to the plants that came out. Can we see any difference between them? And right now I don't have any seeds here or any plants with me. Well, we have some that have been lying around for a long time, so maybe they're not the best. But these are, here we have some radish plants. These are bigger than what we would get though, because these have been sitting here for a long time. No, I thought it was an actual radish. It wasn't. Okay, Yeah, no, I couldn't find anyone doing this experiment, so I couldn't show you how the radishes looks, but let's look I'll see if I can find some images from someone else. Okay, but that would be kind of it for how we would do the experiment. So this you can use for your methods and your section of the paper, and for your general understanding of what happened. See ya.